Hey, you guys, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck and Love. Happy Friday. I'm going to get on Instagram. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Trying to get this here. I can tell you technology is, okay. I'm going to start a live video. Okay. Hello. Okay, I'm back. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday so far. Cindy Olin here, Create Your Own Luck and Love. And today I want to dive right in to our topic. We're going to talk about finding love online. Attracting lasting love online. I get questions from women all the time about this, and there's a lot of frustration, right? So how many times have you been on an online dating app and you're chatting with someone you're excited about, and the next thing you know, they disappear? Or the men that you're attracting online, are not the ones that you're attracted to. So consistently, it feels like a disconnect. So you may or may not know this about me, but I'm formerly a high-end matchmaker, and I've helped hundreds and thousands of couples, or men and women, create lasting love. So one of the reasons why I started my company is because what I found is that many people could go on great dates, but they had a hard time actually connecting into creating a lasting partnership. So I was coaching people on how to create lasting love. So today I want to jump into the top 3 areas that will help you with your online dating profile, your online dating presence, and how to really turn that into a great first date and beyond. I know it's a lot of information and it's jam-packed, so you may want to take some notes. Hey, you guys on Instagram, hope you enjoy this today. So, so the number one thing when it comes to your online profile, and I talked about this a couple days ago, is getting really clear on who you are, who you are, and what it is you want to attract. So stories sell. And often our online dating profiles should actually exhibit a bit of a story. And this is true. And if there are any men on here, you guys could, you could attest to this. Men are very visual, and our minds think in pictures. So if you're sharing a bit of a story, a man is actually thinking, and this is on a subconscious level, but he wants to think, what would it be like to spend time with her? What is, what does she value? Maybe you are intensely into yoga, and you do yoga every morning and it sets up your day. So it's, expressing what that would be like. For me, I look forward every morning to my coffee. I feel like coffee is just this magical elixir of my soul. I don't know if it's always the best thing for me, but I love it. It's like comfort to me. So, connecting with that and creating an interesting aspects of your life. Maybe you're passionate about travel, right? So having a compelling profile, but not overthinking it. I know. But sharing a couple of things that encompass you. Maybe it's coffee, yoga, and the fact that you're passionate about, making a difference. Last year you went to Africa and you helped plant water wells in African villages. So sharing a piece of you that is compelling to someone, because not only that, it's a conversation starter. So you want to be able to have something in your profile that is showing who you are, what you're passionate about, and conveying that. On dating apps, there's limited characters, and all you want to do is just encompass a couple of lines of who you are and then what you're seeking. This is really supremely important. And I hear a lot of women say, well, I don't want to freak a guy out by letting him know that I want a long-term committed relationship, or I'm marriage-minded and that's what I'm ultimately seeking. Why not? Because if you're out there dating and you're ultimately seeking a long-term committed relationship that leads towards marriage, wouldn't you want to weed the wrong kind of people out? Wouldn't you agree with that? And I hear my clients tell me all the time, gosh, Cindy, you make it sound so easy. Well, it actually is that easy to express yourself. And the right kind of men and men that are on here, I would love to hear from you. Wouldn't you agree that if that's ultimately, it would make you happy to be, excuse me, in the kind of relationship that you are, that leads towards marriage or is a long-term relationship? Wouldn't you want to know that? Or if you're just looking to casually date, there's nothing wrong with that either. Chances are, if you're watching and listening to me, it's that it may not be where you're at in your life. It's being really transparent with where you are and honest. That's compelling. And that attracts, excuse me, a little frog in my throat, that attracts the kind of person that you want to bring in. And, you know, your man is seeking what you're seeking. You know, Rumi has that quote that what you're seeking is seeking you. So, you know, looking at those things. So first, your profile, what your words say about you. Have a descriptive line about you, and then what you're looking for. I'm seeking a long-term committed relationship that leads towards marriage with a healthy man, mind, body, and spirit, where we inspire each other to be the best versions of ourselves, right? You can take that line and use it if you like, of ourselves, I should say. So, you know, whatever that looks like to you, you know, get clear, write that. And then secondly, and you know, some people arguably say this should be first, your marketing piece, which is your photos. Yes, photos are really, really important. And the reason why is that's presenting you and presenting who you are. And I recommend some professional photos if you can, or some candid shots. Here are some rules of thumb when it comes to having great profile pictures. 1, you want to be looking directly in the camera and smiling, not off to the side, although some of those pictures are cute. Directly into the camera and always smiling. And maybe you have a more serious pose that is a great picture of you, and I believe you, it probably is. The thing is that when we're looking at photos, men do this especially, women do it too, but if you have a more serious look on your face, a man's actually going to come to his own conclusions about you, especially if that's your first photo. And he might think, oh, she's maybe she's not that happy of a person. And men love happy women, and they don't want to have to work that hard to make you happy. They want to be able to make you happier. So if you're smiling already, he's going to think, oh, she's a happy person. And, no matter what your profile says, your pictures are exuding a happiness within you. And you guys, feel free to comment below if you have any questions, comments for me, or if you've felt this disconnect when it comes to online dating. One of the things that I do really well is helping people date effectively, and I do it in my sleep. It's very, very easy for me. So that's one portion. Having photos where you're smiling directly in the camera. The second thing is make sure that you have on bright, catching colors in your photos. So whether that's yellow, if you can pull off yellow, or this, brighter pink, royal blue, red, all of those colors are eye-popping and catching. White can work good. It's just, having some compelling photos that speak to the person, the people in front of you. And you want to think about, too, also not having photos with a bunch of friends, right? The reason why is because a man can look at those photos and think, okay, which one was she again? Oh, that girl's kind of cute. It's distracting and it gets confusing. So, think about if you have a photo with your dog, one photo is great, not 5. But, even with your child, things like that, maybe 1. But really what the person wants to know is you. So exhibiting that, having happy photos, a couple of shots where you're right below chest level, right below chest level, which is right here for me, and above, and also a couple of full body shots. Because, and I'm going to see if I can see your guys' comments, and we'll definitely answer all of them. So those pictures will be helpful to have somebody see you. And remember, men love women, all different shapes, sizes. It's really the energy that you're exuding through the photo is what will attract of who you are. So it will attract who you are. I can't talk today, I hope. Anyways, it's Friday, but I have had a lot of caffeine, so I'm super excited and stoked to be chatting about this particular subject. So those areas will, those 2 specific things will, for the most part, start to attract in the kind of people you want to be meeting. There's more in-depth levels to that. So I want to dive into 2 primary areas that are really, really important. One is, no matter what, you're going to connect with people that, may or may not be a fit, and that's okay. 2, it's important when it comes to online dating, it's different than just meeting organically at a business group or at a bar, although I don't necessarily recommend meeting at a bar. I think 2% of adults out of college meet at bars today. That's a interesting statistic I recently read. And 44% of Americans are actually single. So there's a lot of single people out there, more so than ever. And, part of that is people want to connect, but and wrapping up what I spoke about yesterday is we live in a society that gets very, very distracted. So if you have a goal, you want to bring in the love of your life, then there's some focus that gets to be had on it. And there's a little bit of conflicting advice from different dating coaches out there around online dating. And this is what I will tell you. So there's an app called Bumble, right? Bumble's great, and a lot of people feel uncomfortable with it, a lot of women, because they have to make the first move, like, hi, how are you, right? Well, actually, that's great, because I recommend that on all the sites that you're on. So dating on 2 to 3, excuse me, sites, I think is important. And reaching out. And I call it dropping the proverbial handkerchief. You know, letting someone know, hey, I'd like to get to know you. And a lot of people will say, you know, on a dating app like maybe Bumble, Tinder, there's a few others out there, Coffee Meets Bagel, hey, how are you today? Well, that's great. It's good to evoke something from them. So by reaching out and saying, looking at something in their photos and saying, you know, hey, great blue shirt you have on there. That color suits you, smiley face. Dropping the proverbial handkerchief, smiling, right? It creates a little bit of a connection. And I also recommend, and this is the only time I recommend a woman lead online, is turning your chat into a meeting sooner rather than later. Because one, we all have busy lives, and the point is to really meet in person. So by, you know, chit-chatting, what part of town are you in, how, you know, blah, blah, blah. What do you know, I notice you are really into hiking. What's your favorite hike in the area? You know, creating a little bit of a connection and turning it into a meeting. I also recommend a quick phone call before meeting too, so you get a feel for who somebody is, and really creating just a quick phone call, and then moving into the meeting and moving forward from there. So if you do that and you set boundaries too around how much time you're going to be dating, so you're not running ragged, going to 5 different coffee dates in a day, or, you know, you're looking at how to make it fun and how to have a good attitude. And that's the final key point I really want to discuss here, is your attitude. So if you have a thought and belief that all the great men are taken, that dating sucks, that it's no fun to go meet a new person, your energy is going to exude that. I think people are gifts, and I'm curious about people. I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine about, you know, wanting to create even more in-depth connections in my life because it's important to me. And I don't even know exactly what that looks like. I'm letting that in, and I'm focused on it too. And I also get to have other focuses like serving you guys, right? And working with my clients, and you know, and I do it with joy. So when you think about, okay, I really want to bring in lasting love, and I think dating's a drag, it's kind of counterintuitive to what you want to bring in. And so it's watching your energy and attitude around that, and being, you know, true to yourself and authentic. You know, maybe you've been out there dating for a while and frankly, it's frustrating and you're sad and you just want to cry. Go do that. Feel those feelings and then recommit to what your dream is and look at, okay, so, and this is the number one thing that will support you in bringing in and attracting a high quality partner. Actually, two. But the first thing is know what you want. Know what kind of partnership you want, how you want to feel in a relationship, how you want to communicate, what's important to you. And number two, how are you showing up in your life as that person? And, it's not about perfection because I work with high achiever women. So I'll talk to women and they'll go, maybe I need to achieve this next goal before I really let love in. And it's not really about that because your ultimate vision is to bring in love. That gets to all happen for you. So men are, I know can speak into this, are goal-oriented and driven in that way too. It's a very masculine way of thinking. So as a woman, when you're looking to attract that high quality man that wants to protect and provide for you, be your hero, it's, letting him lead, letting him ask you out and being really receptive. I think a lot of times on those first meetings, part of the reason why they don't turn into a second meeting is because a man might say, gosh, she was great, but I'm not quite sure if she liked me or how she really felt. So men go a lot on how they feel when they're with you and when they walk away from you. So if you would let him know, and think about this in your own life, you let him know, gosh, I had a really great time. I really appreciated X. Bring something up. I really appreciated what you shared about that Cowles Mountain hike. I'm going to try going a different way next time. Or, good luck with your dog's surgery. Bringing something around or even something you discussed. Maybe the guy surfs and he's like, yeah, I can teach you how to surf. I'm going to take you up on those surf lessons. I had a really great time. I hope I get to see you again. Because I don't want to have to stalk you on the beach for surf lessons this summer, right? It's, being playful and fun. And sometimes, with men, there's a lot going on in the world and press, and they're uncertain too as to whether or not you're interested, whether or not you would say yes again. They don't want to feel like they're harassing you. And so giving him the signs is important. And also, after that first meeting, you don't need to follow up. He will, because he knows that, hey, you're interested. So I could go on, but I want to know, one, has this been helpful to you? Say, put yes in the box, or Cindy, I really want more of this. Let me know what you want more of. I want to hear about it. And number two, this is last but not least, I put my email in the box on Facebook, Cindy at createyourownluckandlove.com. And I spell my name Cindy, C-Y, N as in Nancy, D-I, at createyourownluckandlove.com. Send me an email and let me know your biggest challenge in your love life right now. And I'm going to support you via email. I'm here for you. I really want to see each and every one of you create your own luck in love. And I see a question here. So, oh, awesome. Oh, good, Lori. I'm so happy that was helpful for you. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll be on here tomorrow, 12 p.m. noon, for our next live. And please, again, let me know anything you want to hear about. And please send me your, your biggest dating challenge, your love life challenges. I'm here for you. I want to support you. Mwah. Bye. Bye, Instagram.